Alright, you guys, episode 7 of War Stories. I'm going to get straight into this, but before I do, I need to go over something with you guys real quick. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I want to hurry up and get into this video so I can get it out and hopefully get out on Inner Demons as well. So, last week, I cut a video. It took me about an hour and 10 minutes to cut this video. I think it was a banger. You guys would have liked it, man. But for whatever reason, I hit a glitch. I don't know if it was the software I was using or the app, but for whatever reason, it did not record. I was so frustrated, man. I was ready to turn my computer off, just say, fuck it, call it a day. I'll either run it back tomorrow or double them up. But I was like, you know what, man? It's been 3 days since I dropped anything. I'm just going to go ahead and get something out so that I can at least get some content out to these guys, right? But as soon as I came to the end of the video, I was like, it's garbage, it's rushed, and I'm not going to drop it. Because you guys got to understand, I put a lot of time and effort into these videos, and I don't want to get in the habit of dropping mediocre content or content that I don't feel like I put a lot of effort into. That video, like I said, it was rushed, and it was just, I did it for the sake of just trying to get content out. Now, I don't know if it would, if Sandman misunderstood me or we just somehow miscommunicated. But anyway, out of habit, I sent him the video because that's what I always do. I'll send the video as soon as I'm done so that he can edit it and get it posted on the channel. Well, I guess he thought that I meant for him to check it out, and if he thought it was good enough to make the cut and post it, then that's what he was going to do. That's what he did. So he put it on the channel. The following day, the next morning, I got up, I went on the channel for something else, and I seen that the video was live. So I pulled it as soon as I seen it. And for those of you that were watching it, were in the middle of watching it, or had plans to watch it, hey man, I apologize. I know it's frustrating. I've been there, done that before. I've watched videos and all of a sudden the motherfucker went into private. So I apologize, man. That one was on me. But you guys need to understand that I don't want to just start getting that kind of content out to you guys. So that's what happened. I just wanted to go over that with you guys real quick to let you guys know that's why that video was pulled off. Because some of you were asking about it. Some of you made comments were like, hey, what the fuck happened? I was watching this video and all of a sudden it just disappeared. That's why, man. Anyway, again, well, on that same note, let me also just add this too. We've been getting a lot of pushback from YouTube. I don't know what it is, but they've been flagging every one of our videos. I think they have some new policies or something that they implemented, and these policies are stricter than the policies that they've had before, because they're even, some of my old content is even getting flagged. Videos that have been up for like 5 or 6 months, I went back into the archives and I seen that they were yellow. So luckily the only videos that they haven't been flagging are Inner Demons and War Stories. That Nip video that I told you guys I did, that Nipsey Hustle, we put a lot of work and effort and time into that video. It's been yellow for about 5 days now. There's another video on there that's been up there almost 7 days. So just bear with us, man. We're still grinding over here. We're trying to put out as much content as we possibly can. The other thing that you guys need to understand, and I might go live later and reiterate on this, but Sandman is, I'm sorry, Sandman, he's passing a kidney stone right now. He's been down for the last 2 or 3 days, and old boy's in bad shape. He's curled up in a fetal position. So that's something else that's kind of slowing down the content now. But again, shout out to Sandman, because I got at him this morning. I told him, hey brother, the videos need to go out, at least Inner Demons and War Stories. So even though he's in pain, he's laying there with the computer, with the laptop on his chest, editing. And that's a good thing, man. That's why I keep the dude. That's why I keep him around. That's why we've been together for so long. We've had our up and downs, but When he does stuff like that, that's what makes me want to keep him around. Anyway, let's get to this story, man. So I'm gonna take you guys back to 1994. I was 24 years old. I had just paroled from Pelican Bay. And for those of you that have been keeping track with the federal and state factions, matter of fact, Conejo when I paroled in 94, I was in C5. I was celled up with Louis Roach, which he's also known as Big Roach in the city from San Francisco. Conejo was also in that block with us. He was my channel. Conejo was my channel at one time for almost 4 years. He's the one that I was linked up with for a while until he had his street authority and his position, until he got demoted and he had his street authority and his position pulled. So anyway, when I paroled in 94, I paroled in San Francisco at that time. And you know, throughout the years of doing time, there was one homie that used to stay in touch with me. From time to time, I used to get a letter from him. I got to give him his props. He was one of the only homies that used to reach out. Not too many do, but occasionally I'd get a letter from him. And obviously I kept him up to speed with my release date, so he knew when I was coming home. When I finally did parole and I made it home, I was staying in Daly City at that time. The day I got out, he called me. And I was like, bro, you know, he wanted to link up that same day. But I was like, bro, I'm going to do the R&R thing with the family. I'm going to just chill. Mom's is going to cook. You know what I mean? My stepfather's over here. I got other family. So I'm going to just chill tonight, bro. We'll link up tomorrow. So he was like, cool, man. He was like, but check it out. He was like, so what I was thinking is I wanted to take you out to San Bruno tomorrow. I know a cat that owns a bar out there. And he's a cool ass cat. He's a white dude, but he owns this bar, bro. He's like, man, we can chill over there all day. Drinks on the house. There's a pool table. They cook over there. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm with it, bro. Let's do it. So anyway, I kick it at the pad that night. The next day, he calls me up. Now keep in mind, man, like I said, I just paroled. I didn't even have a chance to go out and buy any clothes. The only clothes I had were the clothes that I paroled in, my sweats. So I had on a pair of sweats and a pullover hoodie and shit, right? So the next day, he pulls up with this lady and we mob out to San Bruno. And we get out there at San Bruno and he introduces me to the dude that owns a bar. He's a big, fat, white dude. Cool ass cat though. He was cool. He introduces me to the dude, and he's the type of dude that he's never been to prison. He's never been around that lifestyle. He's never been around gangs. None of that. But he's infatuated with how it all works. Some of the going-ons and some of the inner workings and all that. Dude's got 1,000 fucking questions. He was infatuated with me. Just put it like that, man. Straight up. He was treating me like I was his big homie. I mean, the homie obviously told him a lot about me. So, you know, when I got there, he was like, man, you know, I heard a lot about you, bro. You know, homeboy talks good about you and, you know, high praise to you, man. I heard you were up in Pelican Bay and, you know, got nothing but respect for you, man. And so he's just going on and on and on about prison and what goes on with the whites and what goes on with the blacks and what goes on with the Norteños and the Sudan, all this shit. Literally probably for the first 30 minutes, I was just sitting there at the table with this dude, and he was doing a fucking live Q&A, man, straight up. Anyway, the other thing that this dude and the homie was doing was they were feeding me hard liquor, man. And in my 20s, in my early and mid 20s, I didn't do well with hard liquor. That's why I used to always just drink beer, man, because I drink hard liquor, you know, it's like all the Indian blood would come out of me. I would start drinking hard liquor, and the next thing you know, man, I'm balling up my fist and I'm looking for somebody to fight with. Straight up, you know, I wasn't a happy drunk. I wasn't a quiet drunk. I was an angry drunk, and a drunk that would always get into some shit. I mean, I told you guys stories about me catching robberies drinking Cisco, and I didn't know what happened until I ended up hitting San Quentin and getting my screening papers. So hard liquor it just didn't sit well with me. But these cats, man, it was one cheers after another. Come on, man, you gotta toast this up. You gotta toast that up, and toast to me, and toast to you, and toast to the motherfucking brand new shoes you're wearing right now and shit, right? So by the time they were done, man, I probably had like 7 shots in me. And hard liquor from a drink, a lot of times I used to drink kamikazes because I don't know the names of all them fruity ass drinks that sex on the wall, sex on the beach, flying orgasm. I don't know none of that shit. Corkscrews and so I just know, give me a kamikaze, double up, top shelf. That's all I know, man. So we're still drinking beer too, aside from the hard liquor. There came a point where, after like a 30-40 minutes, man, where Ray got up, him and his old ladies, all I remember is they walked out the back door of the bar. So the bar was like this. It was a cool little bar. There was one pool table in there. There was a part in there where they cooked, and then you had the bar and another room where it was like a little place to dance and shit. And then when you go out the back door, there was like a deck, a patio area where there was a place where you could barbecue, and then they had a couple big picnic benches out there on the deck. This was on top of a deck that was raised. It was like you had to, when you went down to the parking lot, you had to go down like 2 flights of stairs. A lot of those houses and buildings out there in Daly City are like that. They're like decks in the back because there's a lot of hills over there. Anyway, so it's a big deck area out there. When Ray and his old lady went out the back door, I assumed they were gonna go out there and talk or do whatever the fuck they were gonna do. I popped up and went over and started playing some pool with some cats that were shooting pool. So I'm having a good time. I'm not fighting, surprisingly, at least in the bar. I'm just chilling, man. I'm chilling, and I'm enjoying the pool that I'm playing with these cats. So I'm shooting pool and I'm having a good time, man. I ain't tripping on nobody. I ain't my liquor. I'm handling it well. I'm not tripping, man. I'm having a good time just shooting pool. Next thing I know, Ray's old lady comes running in the bar. And she's like, "Boxer, Ray's out back fighting. He needs your help." So I don't know who he's fighting with. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how many people was out there. I don't know nothing about shit. All I know is what she just told me. So I book over there. I go out the back door, and they're fighting in the area where these picnic tables were at. So the first thing I see is Ray and this Uso getting him up. He's getting him up with this big ass Samoan cat. And old boy was whooping his ass. And then I see he's got 3 other homies with him. 2 look like Usos and 1 looked like he was Samoan mixed with white or something. But they're just posted up. And they're watching. So I'm watching Ray get him up with this dude. And this dude, like I said, man, he's whooping his ass. Old boy's drunk too, man. But whether he was drunk or not, Ray ain't got no squabs. When I thought about it, after everything was over, I was mad as fuck at Ray, and you'll understand why. But when I thought about it, over the years, even though we kicked it for years when I was a kid up until I got older, I never seen that cat get into it. I never seen him get any one-on-one squabs by himself. He always would get into my shit. Like if I was mobbing on somebody or something like that, he'd always, he'd get into it, but he never got him up with somebody just by himself. I never seen him get into a fade, man. And now I understood why. He can't fight, man. Whether he was drunk or not, he couldn't sling him. Straight up. And the cold part about it is this dude actually started calling himself Boxer. That was something that he did when I started going to prison. When I was a youngster, I never heard him use that name. And honestly, I think he was using that name because he had so much respect for me that he was trying to be like me. And I'm not, that's no ego, man. That's just straight up. Like, out of all Picassos, he picks boxer. Ray, if you're watching, Tiny, I know you're probably not watching. Tiny, he's got a little brother named Tiny. You've tapped in before, you know about this channel. So if you are watching, you know I ain't got nothing but respect for your brother Ray. But goddamn, homeboy, Ray, if you're gonna call yourself boxer, at least know how to sling these things, homeboy. You can't chunk them for shit. Anyway, so I'm watching them get him up with this dude, and they're going in a circle. They kept going in circles, man. And like I said, the Samoan is connecting. Bop, beep, bop, beep. He's connecting on Ray. And I'm surprised. The only thing I'll give Ray is that he didn't get knocked out. He didn't get knocked out. He didn't even get knocked down. He was just taking him like a catcher's mitt, man. His face was a fucking catcher's mitt. And the only thing he was connecting on was fucking oxygen. He was swinging back, but he wasn't connecting on this dude. Anyway, the funny thing about it was that when they were going a circle, every time Ray would face me, he would give me these puppy dog eyes that looked like, B, I need your help. I knew what he was saying, and it was obvious, man. So at one point, I put the pool stick up against the side of the bar, and I waited until Ray had his back to me, and the Uso was facing me, and I just rushed the Uso. I rushed him, and then we start getting him up. At least now, I'm connecting with this dude. It's a different fight now. I'm connecting with him, but I'm not gonna lie, man. I was drunk. I was 7 kamikazes, and I had been drinking beer on an empty stomach, man. So I'm not making an excuse. Old boy was getting the best of me, but he was getting cracked too, man. And I know this, and you'll understand at the end why and how I know it. But so I'm connecting on him too. He's getting some to the fucking, I'm giving him some right back. And out of my peripheral, I see Ray swing at these other 3 dudes. Just like, dude's drunk, and now he's just starting shit with anybody and everybody. Now he got these 3 dudes involved, and they're on him right now. And now I know he needs my help over there. But I'm having a hard time with this fucking dude that I'm fighting with. But at one point, I remember I tried to do my signature move on this cat, and it didn't work. It failed miserably. So I pick this dude up, and I get ready to body slam him. So when I'm coming down, I end up hitting the table. It literally grated my face like fucking cheese. So as soon as I come up, my shit's leaking. Now I got both of these. I got 2 of these dudes on me. Ray's fighting with 2, and I'm fighting with 2 now. The one I originally got him up with, and then one of them other Usos, I'm fighting with both these dudes. At some point, I grabbed the pool stick. So I start swinging the pool stick. And the guy that owned the bar, the fat white dude, he comes out on the deck, and he's like, hey man, break this shit up. I'm gonna call the fucking cops, man. You guys need to stop this shit. And I'm leaking. I'm pissed off. I got blood all over me. My adrenaline's all going all crazy and shit. And he's standing, the white guy's standing in front of one of the Usos. And the Usos are literally standing behind him to use him as a shield, because I got the pool stick. I'm telling the white dude, man, get the fuck out of my way, man. Get out of my way. And he's like, man, chill out, man. Just chill out. You know what I mean? The cops are going to come, and they're going to, you know, I don't want to call the cops, and you end up going back to prison, man. He was like, come on, boxer, chill out, man. And I'm like, man, get the fuck out of the way, man, or otherwise I'm going to hit you with the pool stick. Well, as soon as I said that, this Uso reached over his shoulder and cracked me right in my fucking mouth. Reached over and popped me in my fucking mouth, man. And as soon as he did that, he ran into the bar. I ran after him. He ran through the bar, out the front door. I ran out the front door, started chasing him down the street. He was faster than me, man. He got away. So I'm walking back towards the bar, and I can taste a mouthful of fucking blood. You know, I got blood from my cheek. It's like hamburger meat, but I also taste blood in my mouth. So I stop and I look in the car mirror. I use the fucking one of the side mirrors to look, man. My fucking tooth is gone. One of my front bottom teeth is gone. I'm pissed off now, man. I go back into the bar, go out the back, and Ray's gone. The other Usos that were there, they're gone. They're just getting into their cars and they're leaving. So I run down the stairs. I get into Ray and his lady were just getting into their car. I get in, and as soon as we're going out the parking lot, we're going out, the cops are coming in. So I tell Ray, drive, bro, drive. When you get to the corner, let me out this motherfucker, man. I'm gonna fucking get violated, bro. I'm gonna end up going back for this dumb shit. I got blood all over me, man. So the cops, they end up making a U-turn and they start following us, but Ray's already got a good lead on him. As soon as he turns the corner, I'm gonna jump out. I had the seat pushed up. I lifted up the seat and got his lady pushed up on the fucking dashboard, and I told her to open up the door. Just open the door, and when I get to the corner, I'm gonna fucking jump out. So as soon as he turns the corner, I jump out, I run in some bushes, and I hide, man. They keep going. Cops drive right by. I'm in the bushes, man. Now I'm tripping. All that shit just happened out of nowhere, quick. I got blood in my mouth. I'm bleeding. My cheek's bleeding. I touched my cheek, and it literally just felt like, like I said, grated cheese, man. And now I'm worried about going back to prison on a violation. I've only been out one fucking day. I'm like, I can't believe this. Hopefully I can just get the fuck out of here, out of San Bruno, and get back to the city. I'll be glad if I can just do that. But I gotta find a way to get out of here now. So I'm in the bushes for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, until a point where I think it's safe to come out. I don't remember what part of San Bruno we were at, but I remember there's like some train tracks. So I start running down where the train tracks are. I don't know where they lead, but I know they go towards Daly City. So anyway, I'm running down the train tracks, and I see the cops go by, and I know they see me. So I run and I hide in some other bushes. They back up, and then they fucking pull up, man, and boom, they catch me. They see me go in the bushes. They end up arresting me right there, man. I'm fucking sick now. I'm like, man, I can't believe this shit. Just got out yesterday. Still got my parole clothes on. I'm busted up. I got blood all over me. I'm leaking. They take me to jail. But look, check this out, though. This is the other thing. So I don't fuck with meth. Never even tried it. Straight up. And if I ever did, I'd tell you guys. My thing was downtown. I never liked uptown. Earlier in the day, Ray had gave me some crystal. He was like, hey, bro, he was like, one of the homies gave this to me. He was like, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know where to get rid of it. He was like, you want it? If you can get off it, man, you can get off it. You can have it, right? So I'm like, yeah, bro. So fuck it. I'll try to sell it. So I remember I put it in my pocket, and I forgot about it. I completely forgot about it. Anyway, I'm in the backseat of the police car. We get to one of the little substations out there in San Mateo. And the cops seemed kind of cool, man. You know what I mean? I had told him, I'm like, man, I just paroled yesterday, man. This is some bullshit. It wasn't nothing but a misunderstanding, man. Cut a motherfucker a break. I mean, come on, man. You know what I mean? He was like, hey, I don't know what's going on. We'll get it all straightened out. We'll sort it out. We'll see what's up, man. Right now, though, I just don't know. I don't know what's going on. So we get into the substation, and as soon as he puts me up on the wall, I fucking remember about the fucking the crystal in my pocket. Oh man, now I'm gonna catch a fucking case, man. Talk about being sick. Anyway, I usually don't catch breaks like this, man, but every now and then I guess I'm good for one. This dude searched me down, but he had on like some isotoner gloves, and he didn't take them off. So when he put his hand in my pocket, the motherfucker he didn't feel it. I remember as soon as he put his hand in there, I was just like, oh man, here we go. And he pulled his hand out and he continued to search me, and then he put me in a fucking holding tank. As soon as he put me in a holding tank and walked away, I took that shit and threw it in the toilet, man. Oh, I didn't want nothing to do with it. Wasn't that serious. Anyway, so I'm sitting in the holding tank, and again, you know, I wash up a little bit. I wash my face, as much of the blood off me as I can. I'm just tripping, man. Like, you know, I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen. And at some point, the cop comes back, and he's like, hey man, do you want to press charges? And I'm like, hell no, I don't want to press charges, man. And I just want to go home. Just let me go home, man. Let me go home and you'll never see me again. He was like, well, I'm still working on that, man. He was like, well, let me go see if the other dude wants to press charges. And I'm like, see if the other dude wants to press charges. I'm like, who are you talking about? I didn't even know they had somebody in custody. They had Ray in custody, and they also had the Uso that we originally, the one that we originally started fighting with. And he goes, yeah, no, I got 2 other guys in custody, and one of them, you know, because I told him, I was like, how's anybody gonna press charges on me? I obviously got the worst of it. I mean, fucking look at my face, man. And he was like, nah, man, this other dude is busted up pretty good too. So let me see what he's got to say. And I'm tripping, like, man, what if this motherfucker presses charges on me? This is crazy. How much worse can it get? So he goes over there, he asks him, fucking, at least the Uso's a stand-up dude, man. He comes back, he's like, nah, he ain't wanting to press charges. He just wants to go like you. He tells him, I'm gonna give you back all your shit, your shoes, all your stuff. You need to get up out of here, man. Get up out of San Mateo County. I don't want to see you. If I see you again, I'm gonna arrest you, and I'm gonna have you arrested and charged for assault. And I was like, hey man, I appreciate it. You ain't gonna see me no more. Just let me go. I'm gone. I ain't got no problem with that dude. I ain't got no problem with nobody. I just want to go home, man. So he gives me my shit and he lets me go, man. Again, I caught another break. He ends up letting the other dude go, probably a little either before me or after me. I didn't look for that dude. I didn't wait around to see when he was gonna get released. I was trying to get the fuck up out of there, man. So anyway, I end up catching a bus. I caught a bus, and I remember going home, man. I remember on my way home, I'm on the bus, man, and I'm literally, I told you guys, one of my teeth is fucking knocked the fuck out. I had to get a bridge, but the tooth that was right next to it was loose as fuck. It was hella loose. I'm on the bus, man. I'm trying to fucking pull this motherfucker out. It was loose. I'm turning, doing this shit, but it still had too many nerves connected to it. It wouldn't come out. Luckily, over time, it ended up tightening up. So, you know, that's this story real quick. I know this is probably not one of my better ones, man, but, you know, at least I ran it back. At least I gave you guys a little bit more details than the first one. Hey man, shout out to the Usos, man. Them fools got mad chunkums. But at the same time, I know that had I not drunk all that hard liquor, it might have been a little different, man. It might have been a little different. Cause as faded as I was, I still did okay. The Uso was busted up pretty good, man. So you know, he got his issue as well, man. I got mine, and, you know, I'm going to say that I took an L on this one. I took an L, man. Grill knocked out, and it looked like somebody took a cheese grater to my face. But look, man, like I said, I know that probably wasn't one of the better stories. It was a quick one. At least I wanted to run it back to you guys. I'm going to hit you guys with a double up right now. Episode 7, War Stories, and I'm out.